I think it's time to sell this bike. This is my Orbea Rayon Enduro bike. I originally picked this up for $5,900, and the goal today is to sell this bike for top dollar and to sell it quickly, but it's gonna be tough. So I've had this bike for 6 months. I've been pretty happy with it. I did a little customizing, even called it my Dream Build 2.0. But since then, I ventured down the hardtail quest, so this enduro bike hasn't really been getting a lot of riding time. I went 97 days without riding a full suspension, and in the meantime, I had this bike set up to be used by my family. My dad and my brother are both former BMXers just like me, so they rode this Orbea pretty dang hard, and it's still just as good as when I got it. But I don't need two enduro bikes, so I'm gonna take off all my upgrades, get it back to stock, and do some things to hopefully get max dollar. Well, I had a little difficulty there, but when does bike work ever go smoothly? But this bike is ready for the glamour shots, and remember, I bought this bike certified pre-owned from the Pros Closet for $5,900. It's a good way to save money on a really nice bike, but these fancy bikes, it's really hard to get top buck for them. But the goal here is to minimize losses, so I hope to get at least 4,000 back. But here's the issue. Right now, the mountain bike market is just in a horrible space. Just a year or two ago, it was almost impossible to buy a mountain bike, out of stock just everywhere. And people are going full FOMO buying used bikes more than the cost of a new bike. But now it seems like hardly anyone is buying bikes. And if I listed this on Facebook Marketplace, Pinkbike, eBay, I highly doubt I could get anything close to what I want for it, if it would sell at all. So I'm gonna sell this bike back to the Pros Closet. This video is sponsored. The Pros Closet is an online bike shop with a huge new and pre-owned inventory. Every bike goes through a 141-point inspection, and what I like is they have a buyback program, and I'm really curious what I'm gonna get for this bike. So I'm gonna hop on the computer here, fire up the Pros Closet, and sign in and see what they say. Normally with bikes purchased through a TPC, they offer a buyback program. That way, that kind of shows you on your account how much they pay you. As time goes on, it kind of decreases, which is actually pretty cool and kind of tempting if you like swapping bikes like I do. Not every bike qualifies for the buyback program. Like, it's usually reserved for the really hot ticket sought after bikes, and my Orbea does not have it listed. But remember, I didn't buy this bike traditionally. But their marketing guy told me to make a secret account so I could get an offer just like anyone else. So I made a standard submission, entered in the info about the bike. Then they want 3 pictures so their team can look over the bike and then make an offer. So let's go grab some pictures of this bike and I'll show you how to do it properly.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most trees?
All right, so the key here is to find a space with consistent lighting. That's why I chose a spot under a tree, but you can either take a picture all the way in the sun or all the way in the shade, because cameras don't really know the difference between, they don't know what to do with shade and sunlight mixed together. Another tip is to use the best camera that you have available to you. Now, I dragged out my fancy Sony camera here, but most of us have a phone with like multiple different lenses on there, and do not take the picture of your bike in the fisheye setting. It does not look right, it looks all distorted, and same goes with these fancy cameras. Zoom in a little bit. So I'm gonna take my phone and I'm gonna use the 3x zoom. Oh, there we go, that looks way better. So back way up, use your 3x zoom, and that narrows the field of view and doesn't distort the bike as much. So I'm gonna take my fancy camera here, zoom in a little bit, and snap that picture. All right, that should do the trick. Let's get back to the house. All right, all of my pictures are uploaded. I uploaded a little bit of the wear and tear, super quick and painless. Now the pros closet will go over that and it will get an offer back to me within 2 business days. All right, so I just got the email that my offer is in, and it looks like, let's see here. Oh, dang. That's actually a little bit lower than I expected. All right, it looks like, if I read the fine print, it looks like the offer is good for 7 days. And there's other things that affect the offer being what it is, like seasonality and inventory. But the good news is they do send a prepaid packing label. And I'll let you guys discuss the offer. Would you take the offer for $3,600 for store credit, or the $3,100 for payment within 45 days, or even the instant offer for $2,500? I could see this coming in handy if I needed the cash now, like if I lost my job or something. And a year ago, I left my job as a nurse and I tried selling my Yeti SB115 because I needed the money. But that was so hard to get rid of, and I had to come way down on the price to get it sold. And overall, it was just a super stressful experience because I needed the money at the time after just moving here to Bentonville, and I finally sold it for $2,800. And then PayPal put a freaking hold on the money for 30 days. So overall, it was just a really tough situation financially. One thing I didn't share with you guys is that this frame actually has a little bit of chain rub on the chainstay, even down to the carbon in one spot. And I did share that with the pros closet, just to be full honest. So this frame is pretty far from perfect. So that means I'm gonna accept this offer for $3,150. Let's get this thing boxed up. Pro tip, always save the box and packing materials that your bike came with. But why there was damage on the chainstay, I'm not 100% sure, but I was chasing down a rattle on this bike the whole time, and I think I might have found it. In my eyes, I don't think a chainstay should be that close to the chain. Design flaw? I don't know, you guys can discuss that. I'm just happy to get this bike off my hands, but oh dang, I forgot to ride it one last time. Bye, Orbi. Bye.